Man, bro, this right here, this season right here, this season might be the best season, bro. I'm not gonna, bro. I like it's the little things about this season that made me like. I'm finna rewatch it. I finished it. I think 2 days ago. There's so many things I like about this season, like the new characters. Bro, Eddie, that's my boy. I mess with Eddie heavy. The one dude that was finna kill Eddie because he think he killed Chrissy. That's, bro. I like him, but I don't like him because he don't know what's going on. But he a real one too. I love the fact that like during this one, like it's like it's not just one big story. Everybody got their own thing going on. They trying to save Hopper. They trying to save the world. And on top of that, they trying to hide Eddie. They find a new Gates, bro. This season was amazing. And this is only part 1 of it. Man, I tell you, this was the scariest season. It took me 3 days to finish this season just because I couldn't watch this at night. Vecna? I'm not gonna say your name 3 times, but I don't know what you want. But that man right now, that man's something different. Hype, bro. I'm not saying your name. That man right there, bro. He the truth. He the truth. And then the ending when it turned out that but if you didn't watch it yet, don't listen to me. Like, fast forward until I get into the video. But man, at the end when 11, like in like that whole breakdown with Nancy when he telling him the story, I did not expect him to be that man's son. That was a huge, but that got me. That got me. I wasn't expecting that at all. That was surprising. That was a good twist. Whoever the writer is, my boy, you need to be doing movies. Something else. But man, before I get into this, it's just one thing I gotta say. The teacher, the guidance counselor, man, you can't tell me she got something to do with it. There's no way every student that she went to, they ended up getting this little curse. She got something to do with it. I don't know if she was in the lab. I don't know if she know this man, like if they some kin or something. She got something to do with it. She not so innocent. Man, I'm ready to get into this. They got my boy Dustin. I love Dustin. I don't know what's going on with Will and Mike. I don't know if Will like Mike. I don't know what's going on. That's gonna be good. I want to see what that picture about. But man, I'm ready to get into this, man. If you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below. Let me know down below your opinions on season 4. I think it's the best season so far. But let's go ahead and get right into it, man.
There's this one in this video, and he was saying how other test subjects, besides 11, like 1 through 10,
they grew up so fast.
Most of them are dead, but others were like banished to the Upside Down, like they couldn't get out, and because they were in the Upside Down for so long, and you can see that it had an effect on Will. It had an effect on them because they were in it for so long that they transformed into what was the monster. So the monster was a recent test subject.
So Stranger Things Season 4 is the first entry in the series to be split up into 2 parts. On July 1st, we're going to be getting the 2nd volume, with the final 2 episodes dropping the same day. These are going to be super-sized, with the first being an hour and 25.
The final 2 episodes? What? Man, I gotta rewatch it. I thought it was gonna be like another 8.
These are gonna be super-sized, with the first being an hour and 25 minutes long, and the finale is coming in at an incredible 2.5 hours. Longer than My Last Relationship, this is gonna have the runtime of most Marvel and Star Wars TV shows, and they have a lot of things that they can do in them. Throughout this video, I want to give our theories on where we think things will be going, whilst also going over some spoilers from Part 1. No idea why you're here if you've not seen it, but on the off chance you have to watch order of the prediction video before the last season, Upside Down.
Oh, I didn't even mention it, but man, Murray, that's my favorite character now too.
Last chance to check out before we do a deep dive on the
entire thing. That man is funny the entire time.
Here, thanks for sticking with me. Now let's turn it up to 11 and get into Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2. Now the first major thing that comes from the end of Volume 1 is that I think it confirms 11 gets her powers back. Earlier on in the season, we heard Dr. Owens talking about how he thinks the Nina Project will revitalize her abilities and help in the upcoming war. In the series, we learn that this is through a giant machine with a flotation device in the middle that is equipped with television screens so that the person inside of it can view recordings. We learn that this name comes from the opera of the same name, created by Nicholas Dalairac.
I never understood how she went straight to sleep there.
Now this piece is basically about a woman who discovers that her lover was killed during a duel, and in order to save herself the pain of this, her brain buried the memory inside her subconscious. Completely hiding the trauma, she believed him to be alive, and would venture out to a train station every day, believing that he would return. The truth of the matter was hidden from her by herself due to the anguish that came from it, and this is very similar to Eleven, who lost her powers after the events of Season 3.
being seen as a political act.
Vivian wants. Nina is very much about her taking a trip into her subconscious to discover the truth about her past, and to also showcase to her how she gained her abilities in the first place. This not only gives us the truth about Vecna,
That boy right
to
there.
her how she gained her abilities in the first place.
This man right here is a good actor. He tricked me. I would have tried to save him. He did, bro. He did his part so good. I would have tried to save him too. Bro, you good. That just goes to show you can't trust nobody.
only gives us the truth about Vecna, but it's also basically going through the motions once more, so that she can remember how to tap into her abilities. Now, because 11 manages to do this, and the season ends with us coming full circle from how it starts off, I do believe
That's
that this
so
means
fire.
her powers are now back.
How it all
In
just
taking
loop
a trip
around.
down memory lane, and through going through all the paces of the Nina project, she has finally rediscovered that. So I think that come next time, my number one prediction, put it in writing, 11 will get her powers back.
Most
Make
definitely.
sure you stay tuned for more amazing predictions clearly spelled out in the show. I promise the video gets better. Not by much, but it does. Now, because of this, I think that we are obviously leading to a showdown between Vecna and 11. The pair's history was set up really well in this season, and it ended with 11 basically transforming him into the Freddy Krueger-esque monster that he became.
Thanks.
He'll no doubt want revenge, and we discover in the season that
That
he's the
edit was
5-star
so-
general for the Mind Player. With the next season being the final one, I think that part 2 will end with a big battle between the pair. We discovered in this season that there are ways to at least escape him, and this comes from having love for something. The series was very much about people who were distant from each other coming back together, and this motif was shown in Mike and 11, Lucas and Max, Joyce and Hopper, Dustin and his girlfriend, Steve and Nancy, and so on and so forth. I think
I don't care what no one says. Nancy been past. Look, God forgive my language. Nancy been around. Like she been like, bro. Like they been taking, bro. I don't know how to say this nicely. Nancy has been from boy to boy, Jonathan to Steve, bro. It makes no sense. She's still dating Jonathan, but she over there flirting with Steve. I kid you not. I do not feel bad for Nancy, bro. I like Nancy. I just don't like how she acting now. This man, they don't know what they finna do about college. So not you looking at Steve, bro. I don't, bro.
that everyone will reunite for part 2,
I don't like
and this will be
Nancy
what
this season, though.
empowers 11 to have enough energy to take Vecna down once and for all. In the teaser, we also catch Eddie thrashing away in the Upside Down, so it seems like the love for an item or object will be used heavily to take him out.
Yeah, I
And
feel
because of
like
the way that
Eddie.
part
I
one
feel like
ended,
Eddie gonna
I
save
actually
Nancy.
think that we'll pick up immediately on the other side of this, and that will catch him in the Upside Down as he comes face to face with the Mind Player. We discover that Vecna was obsessed with Black Widow spiders as a child,
And
and
then I
with
think
the
Steve
Mind
got
Player
big
resembling
on
one of these, he will likely start to worship him. I'd absolutely love to see his journey through the Upside Down, and we could also learn what shaped it. In this season, we discover that it's stuck in 1983 like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, and that it's not
Good
changed
movie,
since
by
the
the way.
day Will Bias entered it. Now, because of this, I think that the entire reality works much in the same way that the Dark Dimension does in Doctor Strange. This was a
Last time I paused the movie and I'm playing it out. Let me know down below. I felt so bad for Will the entire thing. Wasn't it his birthday? I think it was his birthday. And all he wanted to do was see Mike. Like he just wanted to see his best friend. Like I don't think that was gay. I don't think he liked that. I just feel like he missed his best friend and like he just stuck as a little kid. So the things that he do might come off as that. But then again, he did push the girl away from him. He wasn't trying to flirt with the girl back. I don't know. When they show us the picture that he made for Mike, we will know.
to completely form this universe, but upon Strange entering it, it started to somewhat mirror him. In the behind-the-scenes stories on the production of the film, the creative team talked about how they cast Benedict Cumberbatch as Dormammu to show that the villain very much crafted his appearance of the first person he came across. I think the Upside Down will likely be similar to this, and that it starts to alter the way it looks to seem similar to Hawkins because that's all it knows from the right side up. Perhaps Vecna will also help introduce this as well, as he's from our reality, and thus he can inform its appearance. This would explain why the Creel house exists down there too, because it's something that he knows from the real world. So prediction, forgot to do one for the last one, so predictions 2 and 3, 11 versus Vecna, and Vecna in the Upside Down, explained.
For
Make
sure.
sure you explained, it's good
I
for
like
the
to see
CEO.
that too.
Now, The series also ended with Nancy being stuck down there with him.
Yeah.
In the scene we watched as she attempted to climb from the upside down into the right side up, and it's at this moment that she was pulled across. Curtis Steve shouting in her face, unable to wake her, which is when Max realizes what's going on. To make matters worse, the season actually ends with her stuck down there with Vecna, but there is a clue as to how they'll get her out. At one point in the season, Robin goes through Nancy's things when they're at her house. This happens in episode 4, at roughly the 10-minute mark. During it, she comes across a music box that springs open, and then shows, directly to me, pointed at me, and she says, "Put this in your theory video," because it's theory time, theory time, theory time, theory time. So I think that this scene will come back around, and that Robin will end up using the music box to pull Nancy out of the Upside Down. Can we put that on screen in text as well? Robin uses music box to pull Nancy out. However, I do think that during her visit to the Upside Down that she'll discover Vecna's true plan, and I think, right, that to him, he's doing things for the right reasons. Hold on a second, I'll explain. Now, the guy clearly has a twisted view of the world, and this was something that he developed
I kind of
early
feel
on in
bad
his
for
life.
him, not
The
gonna lie.
backstory we get treated to at Creel House very much tells us all we need to know about him and his goals. Vecna views humans as people stuck in routine, constantly counting the
He
seconds,
made sense
minutes,
with what
and
he was
hours
saying,
until
but the
they're
killing
dead.
with
He
that
views
got me.
everything as a massive waste of time, and talks about how he is very much trying to wipe out humanity because of what he deems as being destructive to the planet. However, the people that he kills all share something in common. They have a deep-seated trauma, and he thinks that he's freeing them from life. He believes that he's setting people free from all the anguish they've experienced, and this is actually mirrored in his journey with Eleven. She's stuck in a prison, constantly bullied, and he sees allowing her to escape as something of the utmost importance to him. This is likely reflected in the victims he chooses, namely
Bro, I
Max,
hate seeing
who's still
this.
feeling the guilt over
He
the
be
death of
scaring
Billy.
me, man.
But him, yeah, I said it, he's a f***ing dickhead. And I killed Sparky too. I think we will likely
That's the whole
discover
time I
this,
thought we was
and
getting
also
Billy
his
back.
endgame,
We need
which is
Billy.
to invade our world. We learn that the Upside Down works very much as a hive mind, and that he has a legion of bat-like monsters ready to swarm Hawkins. After killing
You have no idea. This scene right here, I thought Steve was gone. I was finna
hive mind,
get
and that he
that,
has a
bro.
legion of
I was
bat-like
finna get
monsters
that.
ready to swarm
I
Hawkins.
thought he was dead.
After cutting a tear between the realities, I think that he will unleash all of these, which will be a major part of Volume 2. So add that one, yeah. Vecna's plan, and that's what's gonna happen. You damn chop. See you, chop. Now, in order to counter this, I think that Brenner has been working on his own plan. We know that he studied Vecna when he was a child, and that he very much found a way to inhibit his abilities. I think Brenner has been brought back for a very important reason, and that he wanted to study Eleven's powers once more, so that he could find a way to permanently stop her abilities and the Upside Down. Guy seems like he might have actually changed, and after opening Pandora's box, he could end up wanting to close it. Lastly, I think the most obvious one is that Hopper and Co. will get back to America. This first volume was very much about rescuing him from the hell that is Kamchatka, so I think next time will be about him getting back to the US. I'd love to see him back before the end of the season, but I think that Volume 2 will probably end with him finally touching down in Hawkins.
Yeah.
From there, Season
Yeah,
5
I
can
don't
bring him
think he'll
back
get
to
to see 11 either.
I think the next spot will focus on them trying to escape Russia before they make it back to the US.
Sorry,
I think
man.
Season 5 will just hit the ground running and have all the characters back in Hawkins, and I can imagine this entry is very much just going to be about pulling them back into the area after the groups are split up. But then, put that on screen somewhere if you can, and that's the final theory, and now I'm going to pass it over to you. What do you think's going to happen? Comment below and let me know. We are running a competition.
Bro, I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is I'm excited for it, bro. I done gave my ideas. I feel like Hopper. I feel like they gonna go back to America. Well, they gonna go back to Hawkins. I just don't see. I don't see him meeting 11 like in this season. I feel like that's gonna happen in season 5 or something. But I don't know. That's all I got. I feel like the fight between 11 and Vecna, that's gonna be big. I don't know if she gonna win. Like, cause I feel like if she fight him, she losing her powers for good. Like, she's done. Like, there's no way she getting all her powers. Cause she got to use her full screen, and she just got her powers back. But man, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below some of your opinions or what you think is gonna happen. I'm ready for this. And don't forget to follow my Instagram at tb.doug. Amen. I'm out.